Greetings, fellow vat-grown colonists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, The First Wendigo, Episode 54, Transhumanist. Ooh, my rice looked not good. Parduk, what are you doing? Rosie, get back to work. Where is Parduk? Get harvesting. Let's see. Burden. And you know, I'm gonna lance you. How's that feel? What'd that hit? That hit your leg? Oh, you're almost gonna lose that leg. Yep. You made some mistakes. It's not my fault. Coagulate. This prison is looking very colorful. Puke and blood everywhere. Extracted another copy of Reduced Pain. Not important. And rip scanner is done. So the first to be rip scanned will be Squint, I think. So let's haul to the scanner. I'm very eager to get that going. Oops. And a transport pod crash of an unaffiliated person. They are a hussar. A very combat-capable hussar. Who's also very, 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 very dead. I'm not even gonna... Wendy could probably skip herself out there. The thing is, if we go back to the gene screen here, must not have, and then those genes. I actually don't think hussars have any of those negative genes, but the problem is hussars will also not have any of those positive genes either. So the only thing I could do for a hussar is to scan them. So I'm gonna try to get this hussar and chop off their legs so that I can scan them for genes to be able to implant. But I don't think they're ever going to be a colonist. But this is probably worth hustling for. Luckily, Wendy is ridiculously fast. Oh, that was rescue. Incorrect. She has long jump and skip, and also moves at like a mind-boggling, I don't know, 7 or something. So you, sir, are going to get... I'll do the surgery myself, just to make sure it goes right. Because if I entrust it to any of my lackeys, they could just kill him. He's not in particularly good shape. As a 67-year-old who's nearly dead. That's one. I should have removed the peg leg so I could just use the same peg leg. Would have saved a little run speed. 2. And this is so that the hussar can't get in social fights. Because I can't pacify a hussar the same way I pacify everyone else. Because if I do that, then I remove all the genes that make the hussar a hussar. And they're not worth scanning all of a sudden. So, Sky, time to go into the old scanner. So I'm able to potentially scan things like unstoppable, or psychically deaf, or, you know, any of the awful, which would be really, really, really good for me to have. Big thumbs up. I was looking at the wrong value. The relevant ones are work to make, not work to build. Thank you. So let's take a look at that. Construction. So work to Make is 110, work to build is 500% for sandstone blocks, versus like work to build 600% for granite, which takes longer. For slate, it should be higher, 600. For limestone, it should be higher, 600. Okay, good. Code's not wrong. I was just looking at the wrong stat. Do you think it's better to have a compound of separate buildings or one big building with lots of rooms? There are too many variables at play. It depends on... yeah, there's too many variables at play there. There's advantages and disadvantages of each. One advantage of separate buildings is if you have a breach of a building, you have other buildings. So for instance, because I live in such an extreme biome, if I have a breach of a wall and it's really, really cold out, I face a situation where everyone dies of hypothermia before I can repair things. So in my case, because it's so extremely cold, it's actually pretty mission critical to have multiple buildings, or at least compartmentalized buildings, kind of the way you build a hull of a ship, so that if one section floods, the whole thing doesn't flood. A question for you guys. How should I add new robots? Deconstruct or decommission masses current robots, or add a 0 armor helmet to mass, or thirdly, kill a Diabolus for a new mech commander helmet. That would take a little bit longer, but that would be another thing that I could do. Wendy currently is wearing a 17% left HP mech commander helmet, so there's not a lot of wiggle room on that helmet. So what I could do is do a bit of both. I could make... Well, you know what? I'm not even going to pull for this. I'm sorry. I think there's one obvious best solution, and it's a little bit complicated. So what I'm going to do here instead is I'm going to temporarily make an air wire helmet, which is just cheap and quick for T-Sing to whip up. And the air wire helmet is going to increase Mass's bandwidth enough to add a Fabricore and a paramedic bot. And then with the paramedic bot, I can fix Wendy. Wendy is lacking a lung, is lacking a thumb. And then once Wendy is built back better, I can take on Diaboluses all day long. It's just Wendy is at a bit of a disadvantage at the moment. So right now I'm researching toxin filtration so I can get the extra lung. I would rather have a bionic lung that is better than an organic one anyway. So I think that's probably the best solution, is like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, make an air wire so I can make some extra robots now, and then in the long run make a mech commander helmet so that Mass can control mechs but not have 0 armor to the face, which is scary and dangerous and I don't want to do. So, sorry about the canceled vote, but I think it makes sense in this case. You. So missing a high subcore. That's a lie. Someone's... Oh, T-Sing's hauling it. Alright, let's get that paramedic going now. And then after the paramedic, probably Fabricores. As a Fabricore will help cook, which is a task that Wendy does not want to own anymore. What is happening, Parduk, with your freaking farming? You are not farming efficiently at all. I have like no rice right now. I might even need to put Wendy on growing, just as how inappropriately useless Parduk has been. So Sky, you gave me cold tolerant. It could have been better. So the Fabricore is going to be the next one. The paramedic bot requires a high core, and as does the fabric core. And I'm just deciding that I want both. I mean, I think you guys are likely to agree with me, but I figured I'd pull for it. Who would I want to kill for the fabric core? Scarez or Pakist? Probably both. Why not both? Plant and cut, grow and cut do the same thing on hydroponic basins, unfortunately. Those two tasks aren't as separate as you'd think. So in 2.5 days, I'll have that paramedic, and that gives... And then probably I will have the lung as well, because T-Sang's currently working on the advanced components for the next lung. So plant cutting tasks are when you actually signal the plant cut. Growing tasks are when there is a rice plant that is like fully grown and you are re-sowing the rice plant on top of it. So there's no way to tell them just to put seeds in the ground, because putting seeds in the ground, if there's already a ripe crop in that spot, will do both. And that way they're harvesting as well, and there's no way to like have them not do that, unfortunately. Just the way RimWorld is. Ooh, good. The fire floor is finally getting built by Kish. Waited long enough. Where'd all the rice go? Oh, probably into these stupid vats. Oh, damn it. Alright, Wendy, I'm going to need you to cook. I think for these vats, because these vats require tons and tons and tons of food for embryos, I'm going to start using human meat, because I have an abundance of human meat and kind of a lack of all other meats. And I'm going to butcher the lynx in order to top up the nutrient paste meals. I should probably also hunt this polar bear at some point, because that's a lot of meat as well. And that way we're not dumping the rice to the vats, because I kind of forgot. It's only 1 day till their birth. So given that, let me run a raffle for those two. Oh, hold on. I just closed my raffle program. Try that again. In 3, 2, done. So we have 2 embryos to be born. I also don't really have a place to put them, but they're going to be going right back into the vat, so I don't need to build bedrooms just yet, because it's not a problem I'll have for, I don't know, at least a few more hours. T-Sang, you are doctoring. Alright, that's fine. Alright, that's the last corpse I'll do for a little bit. Solomon, where are you taking my rice? It better be this shelf. Okay, good. Glad we solved that problem. These embryos require 6 nutrients per day, which is a ton. But once they're born, they require half that to continue growing. I was wondering where all the rice was going. I turned off the biorefinery, and obviously that wasn't the solution. I think the TLDR is we really just need another Parduke. Because we have a lot of basins that are going empty. And that's pretty inefficient. Soups. Almost has toxin filtration for us. Or for Wendy specifically. There we go. All right, let's go back to marine armor. Finish that off, because we're already 5,600 out of 6,000. Shouldn't be too long. And then with toxin filtration, we are going to queue up a detox lung, because Wendy is down a lung. Current priority, I guess I should have taken this out, is fix up Wendy and become a countess. I don't think there's anyone that's capable of combat in here anymore. Just use your gun. I don't have time for this. Just walks in, downs them in one shot. Insert person, Scares. For your annoying resistance, you get to become a high core. And then the last one that I'm going to high core is Packist. Clement's many enemies? No, I am not helping someone out of the kindness of my heart. There is no kindness in my heart. Get out of here. It's completely ridiculous. So about a day and a half until the paramedic is done. And then the births are in an hour or two, which is perfect. Perfectly aligned with the raffle timer. The raffle timer might be an extra like minute or so until the embryos are done gestating. God, I love the mega TVs. We're even bored of television watching, though. Which means... What other rec types are there? I already have... I could do more efficient rec types, but that's a low priority. Because we have music... So I'll keep the raffle timer on until they're gestating. So ignore the actual timer. It's just a reminder that it's up there. But everybody that had typed already is still eligible. I just moved the timer for it. So other things I should do. The tattered apparel for Wendy can't be solved, but for Mass and T-Sang it can be. So Mass, or T-Sang needs a new toque. I have that queued up. He just hasn't gotten to it yet. Because he's been so busy trying to make lungs. So T-Sang, I'm going to take you off of doctoring. And put Mass or Mike on it. So that you can do more smithing. And tailoring. And they're both healthy vat births. Cool. So the first one goes to Brizette. Oh, congrats again. And you're going to be left. And if you want to rename it, of course, use the renamer. And this is a male child. So that's good. We were looking for a male. And I am going to insert Brizette back in. And then Dolo is female. And is also healthy. And it's going after Master Midi. So you can rename yours as well. And let's regestate. So grow and grow. You already have a mech named after you? I'm assuming you want to keep the colonist, but if you want to keep the mech, I'll re-roll it. And it's up to you which you want to keep. Whether you want to keep the scyther or not. MIDI, okay, perfect. And then mass, your gear is a pants, and your shirt's gonna need tending to soon. But T-Sing's already addressing it, because we're getting Thrumbo stuff made. You'll keep the colonist? Okay. And then the mech gets re-rolled to Alpkagan. I hope Bryzit, the colonist, gets good traits. Worst case scenario, I can always just genetically engineer them into having traits that are useful. I think I have enough eggs of wasters now, and I get attacked by wasters often enough that that I'll kill off my wasters. They show up pretty regularly. Oh, I see what's wrong. Advanced components is under regular components. And that's why I don't have any more advanced components. Marine armor is done. Gene processing, I think, is going to be my next one. Because gene processing allows me to make more interesting xenogerms for my people, making them stronger and more specialized. Or at least that's the hope. So I have 2 spare high cores now. One will be for the fabric core. What should the third robot I make be? There's some options. So this is for mass. Mass has 2 open bandwidth. One is going to be reserved for the fabric core, but I could do another Agrahan, another fabric core, another constructor, or something else. Those I think are probably what I'm missing most. Oh, you know what? Instead of gene processor, let me get piano. I can't become a countess with piano without piano, so that makes way more sense. And then Wendy, I think, is going to be queued for construction, so I can actually get a better throne room going. So I hope that this is big enough. And you guys want an Agrahan. I think that was a different timer, but we'll do an Agrahan. It looks like Parduk is always behind now. Poor Parduk. Yeah. Seems like we're going to make him a friend, though. So some long overdue construction projects. Where are you going? Yeah. Long overdue. Oh, the bait beacon. So for the bait beacon to actually be done, I need to, once it's built, I need to uninstall the other beacons. And then also this can't be roofed up. So I'll remove the roof zone from it. T-Sing's almost done with the advanced components for the lung. And then it's going to be rapid fire medicine. I'm also going to queue up another raffle timer because we're about to get a paramedic bot. And the paramedic bot is going to be awesome because it's going to reduce the need for me to intervene on the behalf of my prisoners, which frees up precious time for Wendy to do Wendy things like murder, slaughter, butcher. Well, maybe not butcher. That will go to the fabric core eventually. But murder and slaughter. All things Wendy. On brand Wendy. Oh, there we go. There's the lung. Nice. So here is the bait beacon. No, build it, please. Doesn't need to be powered. That doesn't matter. And then all that matters is that the other beacons that I have here are uninstalled and reinstalled. So that the oldest installed beacon is the bait beacon. So, that's that one, and then this is the other one. Just move it around a little. Ta-da! That's all it takes to bait pod drop enemies that want to drop on your trade beacons to not drop in your base. Little worried, Mike, you walking right next to a polar bear. Let's just say some concern. I might have Wendigo deal with that before it becomes more problematic. And that gives T-Sing a little bit of time to finish that lung. So here's the paramedic bot. You were wondering if there's other mech things outside of the extra armor and bandwidth at higher tech? Yes, there are. I have an entire tutorial on YouTube if you want to just look up Rhadamant Mechanitor tutorial about what there is, so I don't have to cover it on stream. You got capped. I think, yeah, the prisoners don't have a lot of food left. It's one of the reasons why I rip scanned a whole bunch of prisoners, because I knew that food was becoming scarce. Alright, so there's the detox lung. Awesome. Alright, that means, Wendy, let's go ahead. Oh, no, you're right. I do need to cook a little bit before I'm laid up for a while. Was it a Pizzly bear? No, it was a growler bear. So I'm going to be unconscious for a bit through anesthesia from all the surgeries that I'm going to queue up. That's probably enough. So you are going to get a left shoulder, left leg, and right lung. Cool. With real meds. No, that was death rest. I am so glad I stopped during time. Whew. All right, paramedic bot, go to work group. Get to work. My personal little auto dock. Oh, right, and the psychic trade implant as well. the psychic reader. Wendy built up a lot of battle damage over the series, yeah. And unfortunately, it wasn't battle damage that would be able to be repaired, which is annoying. Like scars, because sangophages don't get scars, but it was all missile. Okay, this is not as annoying as it would seem at first. It's annoying, but it could be worse. So mechs, behind the walls. People behind the walls. Wendy's obviously sitting this one out. Why it's not so annoying is, A, I'm trying to befriend Inolor, so any prisoners that I capture, I can release. And then also they're a prepare a while raid, which means that they're going to be walking through my fire trap, which makes it even easier for me to deal with them. Paramedics named... Peter, you keep winning. I'm going to re-roll this. Fangface. Fangface the paramedic. Yeah, Peter, I think you just have it on rigged now. So Max, let's have you go to the fight zone. Although I'm not really sure what you're going to be able to do with Wendy unconscious. That's not really that much of a problem. And Soups, I am going to wake you up and have you grab the Molotov cocktails. You have basically no throwing accuracy, but you don't need throwing accuracy. No super dangerous weapons, only 10 enemies. And no super dangerous weapons, only 9 enemies. So yeah, this is going to be a cakewalk. I think. I hope. And Wendy already has that bionic arm, replacing that missing thumb. So, let's do the lung next, instead of the legs. Do the critical things first, and then the less than critical things thereafter. Soups! Let's get you to light things on fire. I am having a pretty good stream. Thanks for asking, Frankenstein. Oh, someone took my SMG. Oh, one other thing that I'm really happy I noticed is this door is closed. Okay. Now with that door open, there's a valid path to get into my base, and the raiders won't smash. The right group does have a fire foam pack, true. I'm not too worried about it. I can also hit them with an Insanity Lance if I'm worried at all. He's going to be first through the door, but because I have a long enough fire trap, he might fire foam here, but these fires are still going to get them. The other thing I could do is repaired. Make sure that my turrets are all topped up repair-wise. There's 3 of them that need a little love. Oh, wait, what? Who are you? Amtas is here. They're friends. Inolor and Amtas are both allies with one another, so they're not going to fight. Lung is done. Now we're going for legs and the brain. Don't screw up, Fangface. Would not like to see Wendy angry. So all these mechs here, I'm going to stick to work zones so that they actually are online and can fight. I can't draft them because Wendy's downed, but Wendy's not going to recover from the anesthesia in time anyway, so that's moot. What I can do is I can take control of Pobel. Pobel only costs 1 bandwidth, and that way I can manually control Pobel in this fight, allowing me to position Pobel, who sets things on fire, in a advantageous spot for fire to be sprayed at the enemies. So I think that's probably a wise thing to do. So Pobel I can have drafted, like, here to set a fire, or, yeah, draft there. Set fire on anyone that is, like, coming through the door. So, here's first group. And then the one with the fire foam is third in the second group. This room is 500 Celsius. I don't think it's going to down them, but I think it will hinder them a bit. Actually, not as much as I thought. Yeah, they're starting to catch fire and wander around. What I wanted to do is try to get this on fire as well. But that's not going to work until I get Hobel backed out. There we go. See if they can't bring the fire back. First group is already fleeing. Critical Foxes is like, I want more. And then, like I said before, I want to try to capture as many as I can. Oh, yeah, okay, it worked. It definitely worked. Half of them are unconscious in there. I want to try to capture as many as I can so that I can release them for reputation, because that's a pretty significant boost to rep. So here's second group incoming. The Fire Foam Popper is first through the door, but he's going to pop this, which is so insignificant it doesn't matter. Oh, hi. Hi, Chef. You're about to learn that you should not have touched mass. Yep, I was right. So we Fire Foam popped something where it didn't matter. I am going to need to clean this up with Rosie so that I can relight it on fire at some point. Whoa! What did you do? Cut out his heart? No, his brain. It's rare to see an insta like that, you know? I'm gonna try to have Pobo put Belle out so I can eat her instead. Why waste food? The legs have worked, or one of them. Wow, that must be another... No, it was just deep torso. A lot of these have been instant, which is pretty cool. This one's a hussar, so I might try to keep... No, he's not a hussar. Looked like he had red eyes, but I think that's I cut his eye or something. So Fangface, you are done with all but the last reader. And the second group is fleeing. So I'm going to try to capitalize on the most amount of prisoners I can. So T-Sane, come down here and deconstruct that wall. Mex, you can go back to recharge. I don't think I'm going to be able to get Lax. Oh, it's a dirt mole. Hang on. Drop. How hurt are you? 6? Okay. I'm going to try to get that dirt mole. Were they male or female? Oh, male, but 50... never mind. It's not that important. He's beyond fertility. Oh, they died. So, I can release one dude. Might come down and put my meat out. I don't want it smoked that heavily. Oh, there's still TK. Heat stroke. There's time, maybe. Oh, and this idiot went the wrong way. So I definitely could get him. I'm gonna have Orange Chaos go try to kill that, Oh, he turned around. What are you doing? He punched my door and then fled in panic and ran the other way. Just raider things, right? Okay, never mind energy gas. He had a change of heart. Lax is still alive for, like, no seconds. He's saying, run down here if you can. Through the fire. Nope. Jumping skills are 0. Come on, it's deep snow. I have never shoveled there. I think that fire should be negated when you're on thick snow, like, really effectively. Alright, Lax is dead, so there's really no point going in here now. Just put the remaining flames out so I can conserve the meat from the corpses. All the surgeries on Wendy went swimmingly. Lung, 2 legs, arm, psychic reader. Mike saved, I think, a corpse from burning up. And then Mass has tended this guy. I'll let Fangface do the rest. Ooh, extracted dark vision. Nice. So he's just a baseliner, a pyromaniac baseliner. Just a baseliner that I'll release for rep. Unfortunately, I didn't get more. I think if Wendy was conscious during that fight, like, I could have capitalized it a little bit better. But with her out of commission, my hands were slightly tied. I have 800 wood. And Wendy's up. I don't know her full speed because she's still obviously suffering from anesthesia, but I suspect she's ridiculously fast. Fangface will now rescue and feed the injured. Yes, correct. Also, remove the elbow blade. It's mine, not yours. Won't capture Rorift. That's not something that that Fangface would do, I don't think. But the people that can't walk, that would starve otherwise, will be fed by Fangface, which is kind of nice. Nice. Oh, unfortunately that dropped... Yeah, okay. Oops. I should have thought about that. Just taking that elbow blade dropped my my relationship again. Back to square... I would say 0, but it's more like square negative 100. So Wendy has been fixed up, so become a countess is my only goal at the moment. My only big goal. The Fabricor is out in 1.5 days, and then you guys had me get an aggro hand. Once I become a countess... Oh, sorry, Tusky. Once I become a countess, I think it's very reasonable to take on Diabolus's, because Wendy's helmet's about to fall off her head. There's almost nothing left of it. Right, Falco's Trader. Are they still here? Oh, they are. I completely forgot. I'm gonna buy some meats. What are the cheapest meats? I'll just buy Toxalope. Because I have to feed my prisoners. Wish I didn't. I don't need Pacify Plus Xenogerm. They are selling Plasteel, but I have a pretty healthy amount of it for now. I'm guessing I'm going to have the opportunity to deep drill before I need more of it. I don't want an elbow blade. Shredded clothing definitely can go bye-bye. I might exchange... You know what I'm going to do? Okay. I am going to buy... In the future, right when they arrive, one thing I'm going to have to remember to do is to switch what active trade beacon is. Because all of this trade is going to go to the bait beacon. Which is annoying. But what I can do is set hull zones for the meat. So that the haulers only haul the meat. And that way it gets hauled in quicker. No, you have dark vision. What am I doing? You don't even need that. Oh my god, she's fast. She still has anesthesia, and she's whipping around the base. I'm not even going to look until the anesthesia's gone. Thank you for tuning in to The First Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy new year. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos.